Iris Alsu. I just want to let you know that we're with Parental World Knowledge, and we will be broadcasting live today at 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. And this will be Eastern Standard Time, New York time for USA. And I just wanted to let you know that we're doing Cook Like a Pro. And even if you're a beginner to an expert cook, everyone is invited. And I know that you will definitely learn something new. I have stuffed peppers with meatballs, and I'm very excited the fact that we're going to be cooking today, and I just hope there's good reception. It keeps going off, it seems. I don't know what's happening. I know the weather is very bad today, but hopefully you will be able to hear most of my reception. Forgive if there is anything, it's not my equipment. It's definitely the weather. So far, I've lost like my list of people. It said buddy had no reception. Something's wrong. Somebody wrote me. So I'm just hoping that everything is okay for today. I'll say a prayer. Please, everyone, pray. That's our first webcast. But I just want to say that even if you hate cooking, attend today, because you will find you will love cooking. I make it so easy and fun, and we're going to have a great time. And you're going to learn to do it's a complicated dish, but I break it down and make it simple. Stuffed peppers and meatballs, and it is just delicious. And my sauce is a secret ingredient. There's something that I put in so that you don't have that aftertaste of that lovely, it tastes great when you're eating it, garlic and the onion, but afterwards, that aftertaste. So please tune in. And in addition, we're giving 1 free hour to everyone that watches this webinar, and it will be by you calling in 973-736-1637, or our other line, it's a cell, it's 973-280-6356, and you'll set an appointment after you watch the complete webinar. That's the only way you get the free hour consultation on the phone, anything you want to know about cooking. And I'd be more than happy to assist you with any questions or problems you've occurred, with your cooking. I just hope that everyone loves cooking by the time you get done watching my webinars and talking to me. I will hopefully inspire you. I had a late mother who was just marvelous. My late mother, she was just so inspirational with me. Fortunately, we come from a family of cooks, and they were expert cooks, and she passed on to me cooking skills, and I came up with my own original recipes, though. And without her, though, I would not been able to do this. And I have been cooking since I was age 9, and really doing wonderful gourmet dinners. I even made a lemon meringue pie, and that my parents were shocked. They went out, and I'm 9 years old, and I wasn't really supposed to use the oven, but I was very careful. I listened to my mom, what she told me. Use the pot holder, use the oven mitt if you're going to go inside the stove in the oven. And I just said to myself that I'm going to be so careful and I'm going to make this to perfection. And when she came home, she saw a beautiful lemon meringue pie. And my father couldn't believe it. It was peaked and it was nice and a little toasted, the marshmallow on top and the egg. I had everything just perfect. It was, egg whites and it just perfect toasted, not burnt. The lemon meringue was to perfection, not runny. And my crust, I made a homemade crust. It was amazing with sour cream I add to my crust, and it was light and flaky. So it's possible, but I have to say, I really shouldn't have did that when I was 9. I know that's not right. I know that you need supervision, and I made a mistake doing that. I said, look, I won't do it unless you're home, because they were worried, and I won't do that, again. And I didn't. But I really wanted to surprise my family. We were down the shore, and I wanted to give them a wonderful treat for taking me on such a great vacation and letting my friends stay anytime they wanted to come. We rented a whole big house, and that was lovely for the whole entire summer. And I never forgot that one summer. And that's really when I started cooking, and I just developed such a love. I just loved what my mother was doing, and was very mature, and I was very careful what I was doing. But still, at 9, that's a little too young to be going near an oven by yourself. I did always cook with her after that, and we just kept doing things for Girl Scouts, Brownies, Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts, all over the years. And then I worked as a professional chef, assisting. There were other chefs, but I did a lot of gourmet things at an assisted living facility, and it was just lovely. It was a very wonderful, and I enjoyed greatly doing that. There was nothing like doing, cooking and pleasing people. And these were seniors, and they were so grateful for what I was doing, making the hors d'oeuvres. And I made a beautiful sheet cake, which I never did in my life, and had to put a flag on it. And I just went on the computer and just got a graphic of how the flag looks enlarged. And then I just implemented with my artistic skills, just implemented and did this myself on the cake. I didn't, put the cutout of whatever that was. I just did this by my own artistic skills. Unfortunately, I am, a good artist all my life, and this was many years ago, and I was able to, get that painted onto with food coloring and everything, and using all kinds of wonderful tools and things that we had in the kitchen. But it was all my drawing, that my original drawing of the flag on that cake. I just used the guidelines from the graphic of the computer, which is a good thing for any cook. You can get out a graphic to give you a better idea of what you have to do on the cake. And anything else too. I mean, you can go to the computer and get some great graphics and things. Say you want to do sushi or whatever you want to do. It's helpful. It's definitely helpful if it's the first time you're doing something. And that was definitely my first time, and I was praying it came out, and it did. It was glorious. The cake was high, moist, and the icing was delicious with the flag. And did have red, white, and blue, and was born on the 4th of July, so I should be able to do a patriotic cake, hopefully. And I was. And I just love cooking everything. everything is a wonderful, challenge to me. If I haven't done it before, I'm up for it, because my mom taught me to love what you're doing, and she made it simple. And that's how I was able to go on and do other things, because it wasn't that it was something you had to do and it was terrible, doing it. It just was a love. My mom gave me that love, and I hope I can inspire you for a love of cooking. It shouldn't be that you're feeling, oh, this is terrible, I don't want to do it. It should be that you are really enjoying what you're doing and cooking healthy, because I do now. I've changed the way I'm cooking as from years ago. I loved my mother's cooking, but I learned so much by researching and seeing. After I had an injury, I first had gained some weight, and I'm now losing a lot of weight, and it's wonderful. So you need to, cook healthy and for your family, and it's, a wonderful joy doing cooking. And I just hope that everybody attends this webinar and get that free hour consultation. And I do keep my word. If I say I'm going to do something, I do it. And in addition, we are going to select 3 people to have a live interview. And I have been on national TV before. I've been on radio. I did recently Blog Talk Radio, and did it for an entire month every day. And that was a challenge, because you don't have visuals. And I have been on radio, national radio, but not having to be just the sole host. And this was a challenge. I had to write scripts, and it was really very, just for being on a short period of time, to have long scripts. It was just incredible, because you don't have the visuals of, the fun thing of cooking. You have visuals. Doing art, you have visuals. Doing crafts, which I also do, because I run a charitable organization, Artist Barbara Alsu Fine Art Studio. And it's a wonderful thing, to be able to do all these things. That's why I said I was, artistic. And I learned this all from my late mother too, not just the cooking, but the art. She was a master artist, and did all the things with the Girl Scouts, the Boy Scouts, the Cub Scouts. And it was, quite amazing. And 2 religious organizations. So we were very busy from my childhood, definitely. And I wouldn't change a thing. I loved it, and I continue doing it. And in her honor, and I just feel, that there's less of a void, feeling lost without my late mother, because we were so close. She was a identical twin, and I think closer than most moms, because she had that closeness with her sister, and we did everything together. Even with my friends, I included her in shopping, whatever. My mom was quite young and youthful, and with it. Unfortunately, her father smoked when she was a young child, and she passed away from cancer. But I'm, going optimistically and continuing our work. And I'm thankful that I never was around that cigarette smoking. My grandmother and grandfather knew, that it was detrimental to health when I came along, and I'm very fortunate for that. And my father is still living in his 90s. God bless him. He's helping me at times with the things I do, and I'm so grateful and glad that he does. He sometimes goes to the events with me. We did Shop for a Cause for Macy's, and he came along when I needed him. Always there and helpful. And my son, David Alsu, even more so. He's, helped me at times when I need him, which is wonderful too. and he's a great professional artist. He's an architect. He's a LEED green architect, and he's working as a junior architect at a firm, recent graduate, and he's been for over 5 years and 8 months now a LEED green architect. And he really never was an intern. He started right off at a firm, and he was training the staff on how to work the programs for architecture. And he's still doing that. So, I'm very proud of him. He loves, doing what he's doing. He wants to do things to help the world. He's doing, besides helping you with charity, he does his own charity things. He's a member of Phi Beta Sigma and doing a lot of things for youth and kids. And I'm so proud of him. And he even took 4 months of his salary and donated it to do a project. And he had this mini walk-around museum that he all custom built with his hands, which he never did before. He's a designer, but he's not, doing, so much of on hands building, although he does have to make models, but that's something different. But this is total walk around museum, large enough for big tall kids. And he had busload 3 I think it was busloads of kids coming from a high school local, and they went to NJIT where he had this. So God bless, and they didn't ruin it. They didn't ruin that project. They trampled through, but did not ruin that project. It stayed, and then he took it to Rutgers Business School. They wanted it, and then it went back to NJIT for the student life, and it was fine going out, come back. My son wasn't with them. Big mistake. They must have dropped that off the truck, and they did give him a little to rebuild, but not enough. So, he hasn't had the funds to rebuild that as yet and get that together, but hopefully he'll go back on the college circuit. We even had a museum that wants to purchase it in the future. I did say it would be a while because he wants to do his tour and do it free for the public. And it was helping about educating the poor. But getting back to what we're doing, our cooking. I have a love for cooking, and I'm doing this because I have a love for kids, and I want to make a college fund. So 50% of whatever in the future, when we do charge for a webinar, it'll be minimum cost $50 per person. This is free. There's no gimmick. You don't have to sign up for anything. But I'm just letting you know. So attend this one at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 5 p.m. Looking forward to people attending. I'm really excited about this, and I'm hoping that everybody enjoys having a love for cooking. And I also hopefully will be able to build a school. I want to have a larger school area for the children that I do my nonprofit, Artist Barbara Sue Fine Art Studio, as I mentioned. And I have the land, I have the architect. It's just now a matter of funding coming in, and hopefully there will be by doing these webinars. And I'll be giving free things away, as I said. So please, if this is free, there's no sign up, there's no gimmick. I just want everybody to start having a love of cooking. And just checking the time. We have 6 more minutes, and I hope that everybody please attend and enjoy. And we also donate to Epilepsy Foundation. We have a book on our site, parentalworldknowledge.com. Anyone who purchases the book, it is a free ebook. It is a healing book. And if you parental world knowledge. You will be able to get the book for free. It's an ebook. And if you enjoy it, then please purchase it. And this will be going 50% to Epilepsy Foundation of New Jersey. And Epilepsy Foundation, if you don't know about it, it is giving money to research primarily, and it is a federal organization. It is a foundation, and it is wonderful because they even do education and helping youth, and I just think that's wonderful. And I have met personally with them, and I do entrust in them. And things before I got involved, and also I wrote our President Obama concerning doing more public service announcements for epilepsy, which is a major cause, and people don't realize that it is. And it's not only that it's 3 million people in the United States. I mean, there's millions of people in other countries too. I really don't know their figures, but I do know, it's over 3 million in the United States alone. So my thought, since there's so many people, there definitely is a need to have more public service announcements. That's why I contacted him by email, and he did answer immediately. So you can write our president and state something. And I put the facts and figures of the fact that it's $3 billion a year just for the health care alone. Our government is paying for the care alone, not the research. We can't afford it. It almost came to a halt at every hospital. And definitely I met with Columbian Presbyterian. This was a research scientist, and he told me it literally halted. So I know what I read about this, researching and looking into everything online, was true, because I met the research scientist, and he thanked me that I was doing this effort. And they came up with doing a gala in Washington, President Obama and our Vice President Biden. And the wonderful thing that they made, I believe, millions of dollars, because they came up with a cure, but not a universal cure. If only, but at least it's a cure. And so there would be less deficit for our country. And I'm just very happy that as one person, what you can do. So see, don't think just because you're one person, you can't do much. So if that's, going to help now, they have cured, many people, but not enough. It's not, it's only a universal cure, as I stated, but there's great hope. And that's why I'm, donating for epilepsy. And I will, do what I can to continue, doing these webinars to give as much as I possibly can, because I really don't want to see kids suffering. There's not a good life. There's just, unfortunately, what's happening to these kids. I have 2 more minutes. I just wanted to check the time. Excuse me. It's unfortunate what's happening to these children. I just can't believe that when they have it severe, they have to wear a helmet. They can't play. I experienced why I selected epilepsy. I experienced not myself epilepsy, or no one in my family has it, but I experienced when I was age 7, a little girl on a field trip was going through unbelievable experience. No child should go through this. She had a severe seizure. She started to bite her tongue, and I did everything to help her. I don't know how, other than God, but I just, pray, please tell me what to do, God. And I just loosened her clothing. I tried to keep her calm. I put something under her head, just just a little something so she wouldn't bump her head, but not a pillow. Just took off a scarf that I had on. It was a soft cotton scarf, and just made sure that her head wasn't bumping onto the ground. And it's a miracle. I screamed for the teacher at the same time as I'm doing everything. She called the ambulance, but if I didn't loosen her clothing and try to keep, her head from hitting, and try to keep her calm, because she's starting to bite her tongue, and she could, choke, and she had, too much clothing on. And I'm just so thankful that I did save this child. And that just kept in my mind that I had to do something one day, that a child should not, at 7, experience this. This is not a life for a child. And she did have a bracelet on to let me know, which, anyone that has epilepsy should wear a bracelet to let you know what's happening. Definitely to please make sure parents that the children have this. This is the way how I knew what was happening. I didn't have to second guess. I didn't know. I never saw anyone have a seizure before. So I thank you so much. I think our time is up now, and I'm looking forward for later. So please, everybody, thank you again. Bye now.